All right, Maxwell, everybody, boys and girls, welcome in to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Kobold, here with Maxie Boo Faulkner.
Oh,
Max,
Mexico.
oh,
Okay.
ain't heard that one in a while,
Oh
huh?
no, I've heard. Oh, remember our good friend from college, Deandra. Shout out Deandra. It's been a long time. Been a long time. She started calling me Maxi Boo. So thanks for bringing that memory back to me, Cole Breezy.
Heck yeah, Maxie Boo, how's it going?
Oh, it's great, man. It's hey, happy July 4th. Well, it's July 5th, everyone, but happy July 4th. All right. I'm sure I
Happy
hope
holidays.
everyone happy holidays. I hope everyone had a great 4th with some grilled burgers, some dogs, whatever you throw on that grill. Hopefully some pool time and of course a big firework display was out here. It's so funny how it's illegal here in California, but I swear there are more fireworks here than in Indiana. It was quite a show. I had a great time watching them.
That's awesome. That sounds pretty much the same day I had burgers, dogs,
Yeah.
some water time, some good fireworks from the neighbors.
Hmm.
Anything else that you did?
No, just invited some friends over. We had a good time. That's all I gotta say. We had some smooth brews. It can't go wrong with a smooth brew on the July 4th. Goes together like spaghetti and meatball, right? We had a good day. Yeah. You got any good stories for us, Cole Breezy?
Not much. We kept it light yesterday. Uh, because on Monday night, July 3rd, we had a triple header beer baseball game that
Oh,
lasted
jeez.
lasted pretty late. So we definitely kept it easy yesterday. Our friends Evan and Crystal came over. Shout out Evan. It's his birthday today. Happy 35.
Happy birthday.
Happy 35 to Evan. Um, but yeah, good time with family and friends. Always. But I know you had ESPN on
Oh,
yesterday,
bright
watching
and
some
early.
watching somebody get pretty sloppy.
Yes. Come on, everybody. It's tradition. Nathan's hot dog eating competition. Okay. It has been going on for years and years. And 9 a.m. here. 9 a.m. I was up and out of bed, ready to go. Okay. Joey Chestnut is the man. Joey Chestnut, he is reclaiming his crown. Okay. I know we probably don't know many hot dog eating champions, but Joey Chestnut is a name that I think we all know. All right.
Yeah,
You know why? You know why, Cole Brizzy? Because he's won 16 times. He's
16,
he's won 16 times, including 8 in a row. All right. Let me
eight
tell
in
you
a
something.
row.
You believe this guy? Let me toss out some stats for you. What can I? So the 10 highest totals from the eating events belong to Chestnut. So okay, all right, including the world record, which is 76 hot dogs that he ate in 2021. 76 hot dogs. And it's funny because you picture this guy, no offense, but you picture this guy to be a pretty big 300-pound big guy, right? No, this guy's actually pretty ripped. He's pretty ripped. He obviously hits the gym.
Ripped.
Yeah.
Ah, we're gonna have
He's
to see some pics. I think he's got a belly.
I'll toss out some pics. We'll make sure everyone knows this. Uh, Chestnut has eaten over 70 hot dogs 6 times. Obviously, he has won those 6 times. Oh, but that's not all. Do you think that he only eats hot dogs, everybody? Do you think that's the only thing he does when it comes to the food competitions?
Of course
Absolutely.
not.
Of course not. Okay. As far as the major league eating records, he has 54 other categories that he has broken records in as far as food eating competitions go, including chicken wings, where he ate 182 of them in 30 minutes.
182.
182 hard boiled eggs. Right? He ate 141 of those in 8 minutes. Okay. Grilled cheese sandwiches. I love me a good grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, man. I'm a big fan. He had 47 of those in 10 minutes and also Twinkies. Twinkies. He ate 121 of those in 6 minutes. Okay, let's go back to the grilled cheese real quick. 47 grilled cheeses in 10 minutes. What is going on with that colon? That thing has got to be clogged up like a
Ooh,
bear hibernating in the winter.
that, that-
That thing is plugged.
there's more than one thing clogged or plugged. All the toilets that he's using, he's probably got a fucking porta potty in the backyard that he
Has to
just
be.
dumping in that got a hole in the bottom. There's no way this guy's able to use a toilet after these competitions.
Maybe he took advice from you from our previous episode where you have that portable potty that you guys bring around on all your hikes. You know, keeps it on like a backpack. Just keeps it on like a backpack just in case. All right, that's not all. I still got more to talk about Joey Chestnut. Since 2005, he has consumed 1,215 hot dogs in the Nathan's hot dog food eating competition. 1,215 hot dogs. Unbelievable. That is 682 more hot dogs than any other contestant.
And these are only the dogs that are on record. We don't know how many dogs he's pounding at home.
He's got to be practicing. You know, practice makes perfect or better. So, all right. Just kind of a fun stat that I actually saw on ESPN. I thought that this was a fun one, was that if you were to line up all these hot dogs side by side, that would add up to 648 feet worth of hot dogs. Just to give you a little glimpse of how far that is, the Statue of Liberty is 305 feet tall. So he's got double that in hot dogs.
How does somebody consume that?
So I have a, leading into that question, actually, Cole Breezy, when he goes into the doctor's office, what are the doctors saying to him? Can we just get a little,
stop doing this, Joey. Stop doing that. You've done enough damage to your body. Stop doing this. That's what the doctors are saying.
Oh my goodness. Joey Chestnut, I don't know how you do it. But I hope, maybe I shouldn't bring this up because this is probably things that they don't want to talk about in the media, but I have a feeling that sadly he might be bulimic. Okay. How do you consume 70 plus hot dogs and you just sit there and wait to shit? I'm doubting it. He probably throws up afterwards. Okay.
You have to. I think you have to.
I think that's what it is. But maybe not. It just seems like the logical reasoning behind it. But anyway, that doesn't take away from Joey Chestnut's 16-time champion at the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, 8 in a row. This guy is a food eating master. I don't know what else to say about this guy. Joey Chestnut, you're the man. It's fun to watch.
Joey Chestnut, you're the man. According to ESPN, the 62 dogs that you ate yesterday equates to just shy of 18,000 calories.
Oh,
so,
oh my gosh,
probably worth it though.
$10,000. He won $10,000 from that competition 16 times. That's over $100,000, $160,000. People, not bad.
I'll throw my guts up and shit my brains out for 10 grand.
Hell yeah.
Moving along here today, we got breaking news from ESPN. ESPN has let go of about 20 on-air analysts.
Wow.
And, this is a multi-billion-dollar company. Their reason for this is they're trying to find additional cost savings. Mm-hmm. I feel like they got money out the ass.
Mm-hmm.
But just to run through a couple of names real quick, I think a couple of these names will be surprising to some people. Starting off here, we got Max Kellerman. Everybody knows Max. Everybody knows Max. He's been around.
Him and Stephen A. Smith have barked at each other for years. It's actually pretty good talk between those two. I can't believe they're okay. Let's move on because there's 19 others.
Max is gone. Along with him is Susie Colbert, the anchor for NFL Live and Monday Night Primetime, and a couple other anchors that we have here are Neil Everett and Ashley Brewer. A couple late night people. Yeah, Ashley Brewer's pretty new.
I like Neil Everett. Ashley Brewer's new to me, but I did like Everett he's been there for a long time. I've been watching him since high school.
Veteran. Been watching Susie Colbert since high school too. I believe 27 years. I believe 27 years.
That's just disrespectful.
Couple of basketball guys here. We got your guy Jeff Van Gundy. He's gone. Got my boy Jalen Rose.
Fuck Jalen Rose. But actually, I don't like either of them. I think Jeff Van Gundy is a douchebag, but Jalen Rose is Jalen Rose is especially a douchebag hey, we can have a little
I
confrontation.
can't agree with you. I
think
can't
he's
agree with you.
Ever since that he came out and said that the Mount Rushmore is racist and that we should have a black Mount Rushmore, I said, fuck this guy.
I missed
fuck that guy. Also, I have to bring this up. Last Olympics, he brought up there's no, because Kevin Love was added to the roster. Oh, there's no room for a token white guy on Team USA. Fuck you. Fuck you, Jalen Rose. Fuck you.
Don't get worked
up.
I
am sweating. I am sweating.
Take a drink of water, please, sir. Take a sip of water. First off, I didn't hear those comments from Jay Rose. Second off, there is no way in hell there's room for Kevin Love on the USA team. Whatever year that was, I got to agree with that. But Jalen Rose could
have worded it better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe I saw him sign an $80+ million deal with another affiliate. So we'll see.
He's good then. He'll be all
right. Two of my guys from Notre Dame, LaFonso Ellis and Jordan Cornette.
What? LaFonso? Oh,
LaFonso. College Game Day.
I love watching. He's actually my favorite on College Game Day. I love LaFonso Ellis.
Always smiling, positive guy.
Such great intake on sports, and yeah, you said it. The positivity just puts a smile on your face. I can't believe that.
Played against one of his sons in high school. He went to South Bend Clay, so a couple years younger than me. And then a few more NFL guys here, actually a good handful. And if you think about it, ESPN talks about the NFL year-round way too much. So there's a couple names here, a couple surprising at the top, though. Steve Young. Steve Young's gone.
Wow.
Yeah, another big name here.
Steve Young.
Quarterback, yeah, the guy, Monday Night Football. Another big name here. Draft guru Todd McShay. Todd McShay got his walking papers. Todd McShay got his walking papers.
Wow.
And then we'll finish out here with a couple names. Keyshawn Johnson got let go. Matt Hasselbeck. Rob Ninkovich. And our guy on College Game Day from Georgia, David Pollock. Anything about those guys, Max?
Most of those names that you said were past football players. I don't believe they're like, okay. The best insight to talk about football would be a guy that actually played the game, right?
For sure.
Yeah, but more than likely, I'm sure that we could probably toss on some other analysts that literally just have some great intake as far as the sport goes. But I thought all of those guys that you named were excellent at talking about the NFL. So I don't know what do they plan on bringing anyone in? Or because they're cutting. That's insane to me. What else you got, Cole Breezy?
Yeah, those are all big time names, and that's not everybody that's been let go, but just a few. That's too bad because a couple of those people really been around for a long time. Wow.
Now, I know I have the answer for everyone that you're asking. Why are they doing this? Why would ESPN actually decide to cut? What was it? 20 people that you named? Especially these big time names. It's because the Disney Corporation. I know that you believe that Disney is they're so happy and so the happiest place on earth, and all they care about is your money. All they care about is your money. Why have their prices gone up when nobody is going into the parks? Nobody's actually going to the parks right now because of lots of different reasons. Okay, so in order to try to make back money, also really quick. Their Disney Plus app, over 4 million people have unsubscribed. They're done with Disney because now they have to make up money. And the way that they're trying to make up money is by obviously firing these people. They don't. And also one more thing, how many employees they have fired at the parks, I believe is adding up to 15,000 employees from Disney World and Disneyland. That is a lot of firings. That's a lot of people you're putting out on the street because you're not making the millions and billions of dollars that you were making before you decided to change your whole platform into a political stunt. It's on you. And now you're blaming it on other people. You know what? I hope all these analysts, they go somewhere else. They sign a nice deal. There's plenty of sports shows out there. There's plenty. or maybe they could just start a podcast. They could probably start making way more money.
You can come on this podcast. If
Hey,
you listen to this, come on here.
Even Jalen Rose, I would like to have you come on here.
Oh,
all right?
hell yeah.
Even
hell
Jalen
yeah.
Rose could come on here, and I'll have a nice little convo about him. So why the fuck would you say anything like that, you piece of shit? I'll be happy.
Whoa.
I am angry. I am flustered.
Whoa.
Flustered. Sorry, everyone. I was cussing a lot today. I am cussing a lot. I pardon me. I should definitely tone it down a little bit.
This the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. Your mama walking by when you're listening to this, that ain't good. Come on now.
Well, it's a shame. It's a shame. I hope that all these analysts they find somewhere else. They're excellent. You're all great. You all. We wouldn't even be talking about Jalen Rose if we didn't know what he's able to talk about. So I hope they find somewhere else. You know what, Disney, screw off.
Yeah. So that begs the question here, Max, of a name that wasn't on that list. How in the hell does Kendrick Big Daddy Perkins still have a job with ESPN?
I didn't even think about it. I thought that it was just a given that this guy would be dropped. Okay, can we just lead right into it? Why this guy is the biggest douchebag okay, so all right. So last week we were discussing who is the NBA's biggest douchebag for this season, and last week we talked about James Harden. This week, NBA's biggest douchebag we were bringing up is Kendrick Perkins. I cannot believe that ESPN kept him on, especially after he had that rant about saying how the white owners of the NBA are racists because they are not voting for black people to win MVP. When we restated the facts, go to a previous episode, we actually have a clip saying that it's literally called Kendrick Perkins is a dumbass / jackass. We'll give you all the stats, but basically the stats show that out of 67 years of the NBA MVP, only 8 players were white. So
three of those being international.
Dirk Nowitzki, Nikola Jokic, and Steve Nash.
You want to give the white guys a shout out?
Bob Cousy, Bill Walton, Bob Pettit, and Larry Bird. You guys are studs. Okay.
There was one more there, right?
Oh, I'm missing one, aren't I? Oh, David Cohen. Sorry, David Cohen's as well. David Cohen's as well. Okay, you guys are studs, and it just goes to bring back. We were just talking about this, Cole Breezy. How the MVP, it has nothing to do with racial bias. It has everything to do with you are the best player in the game. You have a talent that exceeded everyone else's expectations. And that's why you win MVP. Doesn't matter what the color of your skin is. And the fact that he comes out and says something like that and nothing happens to him. ESPN's all for it. Disney's all for it. But no, let's go fire those 20 other people that you just mentioned that have been working there for 27 years I'm sorry, her name you know what I'm talking
about. Susie Colbert.
Susie, come on. It's frustrating. It's got to be frustrating. And for those people out there that aren't paying attention to these things, this is why you have us to actually express why this needs to be talked about. Kendrick Perkins, this is the reason why you are the NBA's biggest douchebag this season, or at least up for a nominee. And we'll determine whether or not you win it over, win the whole thing.
Definitely a top 5 candidate. You saying that Kendrick Perkins, you saying that the MVP is racist is just wild when only 5 white guys have won it. 3 more international players have won it. White international. That's just ridiculous, Kendrick. I don't know how you kept your job, but you're probably on the next cuts, buddy. Moving along here on the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, we want to just hit on a couple of NBA free agency signings, Max. Yep. A couple guys got paid here. Real quick. Fred VanVleet left the Toronto Raptors. He takes a 3-year, $130 million deal from the Houston Rockets.
Wow, 3 years for 130? Whoa.
Big time annual salary here. Now, I thought they had their point guard in Amen Thompson,
Mm.
and we know Jalen Green's starting at the 2. So are you bringing Amen Thompson off the bench?
Wow. He's definitely has a bit to grow. Okay, he's a rookie, so who knows? He might actually slide in for Jalen Green, as far as we know. But as the year goes on, but I think he's going to be a big factor on the team, and you got to keep a lookout for maybe 6 men of the year type of scenario. We'll see. But I think that Fred Van Fleet, that sign is a big sign because he is damn good.
Yeah, it's too bad he leaves Toronto. He won a ring there coming off the
Yeah, yeah.
bench, and now he waited to be paid, and he bet on himself, and 3 years, 130 mil. He's getting paid by Houston.
Hell yeah. Good for Fred.
A guy I've always enjoyed watching, he returns to the Blazers in Portland, Jeremy Grant. He got a
Hmm.
5-year, $160 million deal.
Wow.
Now, Damian Lillard has come out and has requested a trade. So, what does that mean for Jeremy Grant?
Does he have the keys to the car? Right? Is he the best player on the team?
Him and Scoot and Simons and Sharp,
Simon's good. Yeah. What's his name? Anthony?
Anthony,
Anthony. Yeah, he's good. He's actually a really good player. They got a
Shannon
young
Sharp.
team. Yeah,
Yeah,
Shannon Sharp too. They got a young team. So they're definitely in this rebuilding process. I think that's why Damian Lillard wants to leave and say, "Man, I don't want to rebuild. I want to get ready to go. Like I want to make the playoffs now. I want to win." So I can understand. He's been there a long time too. Maybe it's just time for him to move on and try to win a championship.
yeah. Jeremy Grant, if he's on this team without Damian next year, he could average 23, 25,
Yeah,
27 points maybe.
that's what I'm thinking.
Real quick, give me your destination for Damian Lillard. Where does this deal end up going?
Oh man, Damian Lillard can go anywhere. Anyone is going to want to sign him. Okay. Uh, if he stays healthy, of course. He's obviously battled some injuries the past few seasons, but this might be a guy that ends up in like Miami. Think about that. Think about him as the starting point guard in Miami with Jimmy Butler and Bam. I think that's what they were missing.
Yeah,
Kyle Lowry, I like Kyle Lowry, but he doesn't have what he used to have. Okay. Yeah.
no.
So I think
Kyle
that'd be
Lowry's
a
a
good,
champion, but yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
Think
Sorry.
that might be a good location for him. You got any other locations, Cobrizi?
Definitely Miami is the most rumored destination. I've heard Brooklyn. I've heard Brooklyn to team with Mikal Bridges.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot of room places at places, and you're gonna have to give up a lot of young guys to get them draft capital.
Yeah.
So Utah's been thrown in the mix because of all the picks they've got, and Dame went to Weber State, and that's in Salt Lake City. So,
Okay. Yeah.
gosh, I wouldn't want to go to Utah.
I was going to say, why would you go to Utah? That's probably worse than what Portland's looking like. So
Yeah,
I don't know why you'd
yeah,
want to go to a worse team. I don't think I'm not buying that. I don't think he's doing that.
nope. I think Miami is the most obvious destination for Dame Lillard. Another guy we want to talk about that re-signed with his team is Kyrie Irving. He re-signed in Dallas. He had the midseason trade over there
Yeah.
last year. 3 years, $126 million deal. Did not make the playoffs last year, Max. Can him and Luka team together, get Dallas back in the playoffs?
I think so. I think so. The fact that they didn't make the playoffs last year is ridiculous. Okay. Luka was hurt, and that's huge. Okay. And also Kyrie Irving, he gets hurt every year as well. He's another guy that's going to, he's like Kevin Durant in a way where,
Oh
that's
yeah.
20 to 25 games
Oh yeah.
easy. He's not playing.
He'll sit out for birthday parties and not getting
Yeah.
vaccinated and
Birthday parties. He did that, didn't he? He sat out at a
yeah.
birthday party, didn't he? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I do think that they do have the talent to get there, though. Who did they just draft? Big name.
Derek Lively out of Duke, and then
Yeah, yeah,
Max from Marquette. So they had 2 first-round picks,
nice.
some young talent, getting Tim Hardaway back. Uh, let's get in the playoffs, Dallas. Let's get in
Yeah,
the playoffs. I want to see
yeah.
Luka.
Oh, okay, yeah. Luka's the man. Let's see him at the best competition in the NBA, which would be obviously the playoffs. Come on, let's see it.
Last free agent signing we want to talk about is Draymond Green. We talked about him a couple weeks ago, declining his player option. He re-signs in Golden State for 4 years, $100 million. Max, was this always a foregone conclusion? Was this obvious?
I mean, I thought that was the only team that he should stay on is Golden State. But I was not expecting $100 million deal, to be perfectly honest. But hey, it sounds like he won that, and that's the place he needs to stay because they can stand him.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr and Steph Curry they can deal with the bullshit.
Mhm.
So I don't think other teams would have been able to deal with his bullshit. So good for you. You won. You won.
Good for you indeed. All right, Max, let's move into some baseball now.
Yeah.
And saving baseball for last today. It's definitely the meat and potatoes here. We got a few things to talk about, but we got the All-Star game coming up. The
Mm-hmm.
rosters were just announced. Max, do you want to run through the batting, the
Yeah.
hitters for the American League?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no. First of all, the baseball All-Star game, I think, is underrated. It's quite a competition between. It's not just a home run. Well, first of all, the home run. Also, first of all, the home run derby. That is one of the most exciting thing in sports. I love the baseball home run derby. We're still trying to figure out who's actually going to play in that. So maybe we'll talk about that next podcast. But the All-Star game in the MLB, it is just straight competition. The guys that are pitching, they don't want anyone to hit the ball. Obviously, it's not like the commissioner saying, "Oh, okay, let Shohei Ohtani hit a home run." No, no, no,
Right.
no, no, no. Whoever's on the mound is like, "I'm going to strike this batter out with all I got," and then vice versa. And the batter's like, "I want to hit the shit out of this ball." So it's some great competition. Okay, but yeah, let's start naming off some of the rosters. So in the American League, the elected starters, starting at catcher, is Jonah Heim of Texas. First base, Yandy Diaz of Tampa Bay. Second base, Marcus Semien of Texas. At third base, Josh Young of Texas. At shortstop, Corey Seager of Texas. Are you serious? All these Texas players. Unbelievable. Now, in the outfield, we do have Mike Trout of the Los Angeles Angels, but he has an asterisk next to his name. That makes me believe that he got voted in, but he might not be playing. So that we will
Broke his
see.
wrist.
Oh, he broke his wrist. Okay, nice call on that. So someone will be filling his slot.
Limpy.
I have a great person to fit into his spot, which we'll talk about in a second. Outfielder Randy Arenzarena of Tampa Bay, great player. Outfield Aaron Judge got voted in with the New York Yankees, but he also has an asterisk. I believe he is also hurt, so he will not be playing in the All-Star game. And then finally, Shohei Ohtani will be your DH for the Los Angeles Angels. That is your starting lineup. Should I talk about the reserves, or do you want to say something about the starters, Go Breezy?
Great starting lineup there. I go ahead.
Yeah, reserves. Okay. Moving on to the reserves. At catcher, Salvador Perez of Kansas City. Another catcher, Adley Rutschman of Baltimore. One of the infielders, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Vladdy of Toronto. Whit Merrifield, also for Toronto. Bo Bichette, also for Toronto. Jose Ramirez of Cleveland, best player on Cleveland, no doubt. Wander Franco of Tampa Bay. Luis Robert, going to the outfield, Luis Robert Jr. of the Chicago White Sox. He is their best player, no doubt about it. Austin Hayes. Okay, Austin Hayes of Baltimore makes it. He's had a good season. He's batting over 315 right now. Yordan Alvarez of Houston. We've talked about this plenty of times throughout the podcast that he is Houston's best player, but he is hurt. So he'll be back after the All-Star break. He made the All-Star team, but he won't be playing. Outfielder Adolis Garcia of Texas. I keep on saying that I believe that he could be a top 5 MVP, Cole Breezy, because of what he's doing this year. I think that he should slide in for Mike Trout or Aaron Judge if for the starters in this year's competition. Moving on to Kyle Tucker of Houston, Julio Rodriguez of Seattle, and then the DH Brent Rooker of Oakland. That is your only Oakland that you're going to see because Oakland blows.
Sucks.
Blows. so that is your batters here for the All-Star team.
For the American League, yes, sir.
For the American League, sorry, the American League, yes.
Real quickly, to lead the American League was the Rangers with 6 players
Yeah.
overall, 4 of them starters, like you said.
Mhm.
And then they had Nathan Eovaldi getting his second All-Star appearance. Tampa Bay Rays, that they've been having the best record all year. They had 4 All-Stars, 2 of them starters, in Yandy Diaz and Randy Arozarena.
Mhm.
Toronto Blue Jays also had 4 guys, and 3 of them reserves with Vladi, Whit Merrifield, and Bo Bichette, along with Kevin Gausman as a pitcher. This is Toronto's 3rd straight year of sending 4 guys to the All-Star game.
Wow.
3 straight years of 4 guys from Toronto.
I believe it's all of those guys too. Bo Bichette, Vladdy, and not
Whit
Witz. Who's the other guy?
Kevin Gausman, Whit Merrifield.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
Baltimore also had 4 All-Stars, 2 of them reserves, and Rushman and Hayes, and then 2 relievers in Felix Batista and Yennier Cano. And all 4 of those guys are first-time All-Stars.
Nice.
The Houston Astros have 3 All-Stars, 2 of them reserves, and Yordan Alvarez and Kyle Tucker.
Mm.
And then Framber Valdez, our guy we talked about here recently with his 2nd straight All-Star appearance. Seattle sent 3 All-Stars, Julio Rodriguez, 2nd straight, along with 2 pitchers, Luis Castillo and George Kirby with his first All-Star
Yeah,
appearance.
George Kirby, a second-year player. Good for him.
And last team here we want to touch on from the AL are the LA Angels. Our guy Shohei Ohtani was selected as both a pitcher and a hitter. And then
Crazy.
Mike Trout, franchise record 11th appearance. He trails only Miggy Cabrera among active players with most All-Star game appearances. Obviously
Amazing.
won't play, but Max, finish us here with the AL pitchers.
Sure. A few names Coparizzi has already stated, but I'm just going to name it right off the list. So, yes, once again, we have Shohei Ohtani. We have Garrett. Yeah, Ohtani, the best player in the game. Garrett Cole of the New York Yankees. Luis Castillo of Seattle. Sonny Gray is back on the All-Star team playing for Minnesota. Nathan Eovaldi of Texas. Kevin Gausman of Toronto. Shane McClanahan, who has an asterisk, so he more than likely will not be playing. Framber Valdez, Michael Lorenzen of Detroit, and George Kirby of Seattle. And then as far as the relievers go, we have Kenley Jansen is back for Boston, Emmanuel Clace for Cleveland, Felix Bautista from Baltimore, and Yennier Cano of Baltimore. 2 Baltimore relievers. That's pretty big. That's big time.
Yeah, like we said, 4 Orioles at the All-Star game this year. Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Max, can you tell us the batting order for the National League?
Will do. All right. So the starters, and there's no asterisks. Okay. This is set in stone. They're in there. All right. Starting at catcher is Sean Murphy of Atlanta. At first base, we have Freddie Freeman of the Los Angeles Dodgers. At second base, we have Luis Arias of Miami. Third base, we have Nolan Arenado of St. Louis. Shortstop, we have Orlando Arcia of Atlanta. Outfield, we have Ronald Acuna Jr. of Atlanta. Outfielder Mookie Betts of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Outfielder Corbin Carroll of Arizona. And the designated hitter, hey, JD Martinez of the Los Angeles Dodgers is back.
Still getting it done, JD. How about that?
Yeah, he's still getting it done. Go ahead.
3 starters from the Braves and the Dodgers. They're definitely the 2 top teams in the NL. Can you give me the reserves from the National League?
Yes. The reserves, we have catcher Will Smith of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Catcher Ellis Diaz of Colorado. Going to some yeah, okay. Is that the only Rocky? That's looking like it.
Yeah.
Infielders, we have Matt Olson of Atlanta. We have Ozzy Albies of Atlanta. Austin Riley of Atlanta. Dansby Swanson for Chicago. I'm so excited to see him there. Pete Alonso of the New York Mets. Lourdes Gurriel, going to the outfield, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. of Arizona. Nick Castellanos, I think I got it right, Philadelphia. Juan Soto of San Diego, and Batting at DH, I was not expecting this. Jorge Soler of Miami.
Yeah, good for Miami getting two guys in there, I think.
Yeah.
Those are some solid names there, Max.
Yeah.
Let's hit those pitchers real quick.
Yeah. Let's talk the pitchers. We have Zach Gallen of Arizona. We have
My guy.
Spencer. Yeah, oh yeah, he's good. We have Spencer Strider of Atlanta. We have Bryce Elder of Atlanta. Is he a rookie? I want to say he's a
Believe so.
rookie. Yeah,
Believe
damn.
so.
We have, hey, my guy, Justin Steele of Chicago.
Woo!
Hell yeah. He's having a great season. We have Mitch Keller in Pittsburgh. He's having an amazing season as well. Josiah Gray of Washington. We have Clayton Kershaw of the Los Angeles Dodgers again, but he has an asterisk. He will not be playing in the All-Star game. And then, hey, let's bring on one more Cub, shall we? Marcus Stroman, well earned of the Chicago Cubs. He's having a career year. All right. Yeah. So those are the starting pitchers. Should I knock out the relievers real quick?
Knock them out.
We have Alexis Diaz of Cincinnati, Josh Hader of San Diego, Devin Williams of Milwaukee, Camilo Doval of San Francisco, and David Bednar of Pittsburgh. That is your 2023 All-Star rosters.
That's a hell of a National League roster, Max. Let's look into a couple teams here. The Atlanta Braves led the league with most All-Stars. They had 8 All-Stars.
Wow.
Now the Rangers had 4 starters. Braves only have 3. But 8 total All-Stars. Oh my goodness. They tied the most. They tied the record for most All-Stars from a National League club from with the Cubs from 2008.
Hey, I remember that team. I remember
8 All-Stars. Moving on, the Dodgers sent 5 guys to Seattle. 3 starters: Freddie Freeman making his 7th appearance, Mookie Betts making his 7th appearance, and JD Martinez making his 6th. Nice. And then, like we said, Clayton Kershaw is going to be there. He's going to be hurt. But LA Dodgers franchise best 10th All-Star appearance from Clayton Kershaw.
Awesome.
Arizona sent 3 guys. Corbin Carroll, first rookie All-Star in Arizona history.
Nice.
Lourdes Gurriel is a reserve, and my guy Zach Gallen, all first-time All-Stars.
Good for them.
And then your Cubbies, the Chicago Cubs, somehow sent 3 All-Stars to Seattle. They got a reserve in Dansby Swanson, second straight for him. And then, like we said, Justin Steele and Marcus Stroman on the mound. 2 pitchers. Max, anything on your Cubs?
Justin Steele and Marcus Stroman are dominating on the mound. They're dominating. Okay, when they're out there, you expect to win. It's that they're that good this season. So it's well earned, well deserved. I'm so happy to see some Cubs players that we didn't get in like Oakland. You know how Oakland's like, oh, we just gotta give them one All-Star. We'll toss in Rooker. You know, it's no offense to Rooker, sorry, man, but no, our Cub All-Stars, they earned it. Okay, so go Cubbies. You're still in it. We're still in it. So
yeah, still in it somehow.
It's hard to believe, yeah.
Real quickly, Max, moving into the standings for the first time since we've started talking baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays do not have the best record in baseball. They percentage points got passed by the Braves, but
wow,
they still have a 6-game lead on the Orioles. Still looking like a playoff team. Plus 155 run differential.
Very nice.
AL Central, we got the Twins with a 1-game lead over the Guardians. 5-5 in their last 10.
Keep flip-flopping those two. It's going to be between those two. That's it.
AL West, we see the Texas Rangers with a 2.5-game lead on the Astros. Astros are picking up steam, 8-2 in their last 10.
Look out. I keep bringing up the Astros. Look out.
National League, best record in the league and in baseball for the first time. The Atlanta Braves at 57-28. Their 9-game win streak just got snapped last night. Plus 140 run differential.
Dominating. 8 All-Stars, everybody, and they're all well earned.
NL Central, we got the Reds with a 1-game lead over the Brewers. Cubbies are sitting 7 back.
Damn it.
Dropping a little bit. 3-7 in their last 10. 3-7.
That's not going to do it. Still in there. They're still in there.
3 All-Stars at 39-45. NL West. we got the Arizona Diamondbacks still in the lead, 2.5 game lead on the Dodgers. 4-6 in their last 10, though.
That's not going to do it, especially with the Dodgers creeping up right behind you.
Dodgers are getting hot.
Mm-hmm.
Moving along, we got our top 5 players to talk about in our Yahoo Fantasy head-to-head categories league. And just like we've been saying these about for a month now, the top 5 we've talked about, so we got to go to number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, still at the top spot is Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Braves. Number 2, my guy Shohei Ohtani.
Beast.
We're not going to get too far without saying his name.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, we got Luis Ariz. Number 4, we got Nathan Eovaldi. Number 5, Freddie Freeman. And then our new guy today from the LA Dodgers, sitting at number 6 overall in his 10th season in baseball, 30-year-old Mookie Betts.
Fair enough.
He, like I said, 10th season in the majors, first 6 with Boston. He's a 7-time All-Star, 6-time Gold Glove winner, 5-time Silver Slugger, 2-time World Series champ, 2018 with Boston, 2020 with the Dodgers, 2018 MVP, I believe runner-up for MVP 2 other years. Just this season, Max, he has scored 66 runs, which is tied for 3rd in baseball.
Nice.
He's got 23 homers, which is 5th in baseball.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
I was surprised too. He's got 57 ribbies, which is tied for 9th, and 52 walks, which is tied for 7th.
It's very good.
Max Mookie Betts is looking like he could win another World Series with the Dodgers. What you got for me?
Mookie Betts is one of the best in baseball. I mean, it's simple as that. All the stats that you named out, everything that he's done when he was with Boston, and now he moves over to LA. He's just a pure baseball player. Yeah, I'd love to see a guy that just doesn't seem to get tired. You know, he's there every single game. You know, he doesn't normally get hurt. He's always putting his best on the field, and I love Mookie Betts. I'm not a big fan of the Dodgers, even though I live in LA. You know, I'm a Cubs fan, so of course I'm not going to be rooting for the Dodgers. But I do respect a great baseball player when I see him, and Mookie Betts is all of that.
You know, I'm a big fan of that 2018 Boston World Series champ team, and so I'm a big Mookie guy. I like Mookie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, what a name too. What a name.
Definitely. Moving along here, staying in baseball, Max. We got our Scuba Steve Team Deep Dive of the week.
All right.
And you know, we got a team here this week that's pretty puzzling. What's going on? Why they're not winning more games? It's the New York Mets, Max. The New York Mets. Reportedly, CBS, they say highest payroll in MLB history.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
Shocked, because I figured it would be the Yankees, right? I think or even the Dodgers. We can bring up the Dodgers too. They have so much money. But I guess in a way you could also think, well, it is in New York, and New York just has so much money that they put in towards their sports. Maybe put that more into the homeless population or something like that. That might be a better idea. We can talk about that another time. But and I can't believe the Mets aren't doing well. They have the polar bear in Pete Alonso. They have Francisco Lindor, who's arguably, you know, a top 5 shortstop, defensively and offensively, and a lot of big time bats that are surrounding them. Is it their pitching staff, Cobrazy, after letting go DeGrom? Do you think that's what's causing them this hurt?
Well, let's get into some numbers here, and we'll decide for ourselves here.
Yeah.
First off, the Mets are 39-46. They're 18 games back of the Braves. They got a -9 run differential.
Bye-bye.
If they get hot, they could sniff a wild card, but I don't know. First off, their bats. Their hitting stats. They are outside the top 14 in batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, runs scored, hits, ribbies, total bases, and walks. That's all but 3 hitting categories that they're outside the top 14. Their batters, that's not doing it. Their batters ranked in the top 200 in our Yahoo Fantasy categories head-to-head league. We got Brandon Nimmo, outfielder, 52nd. My guy, Francisco Lindor, shortstop, 71st. And then the polar bear, Pete Alonso, first baseman, is ranked 81st. Just announced he'll be at the home run derby. What do you got for me on
Nice.
the batters?
The only thing that I have to say about these batters going to Pete Alonso, the fact that he announced that he's going back for the home run derby, he might be the most fun home run derby batter out there. I freaking love watching Pete Alonso. He is cocky. All right, he is cocky, but that guy hits the shit out of the ball. Oh my goodness.
And a great nickname, the polar bear.
Yeah, he
Nickname.
does. He does look like it.
So those hitting categories are pretty average to below average.
Mm-hmm.
Moving into the pitching, Max, the pitching is even worse. They're outside the top
There you go.
17 in ERA, saves, quality starts, earned runs, homers, walks, strikeouts, on base percentage allowed, and whip. That's all but one pitching category. And the one pitching category, they're in the top 17. They're 13th in hits allowed. So they're awful, Max. They only got 3 pitchers ranked in the top 200. David Robertson, 108th. Max Scherzer, 114th. Kodai Senga, 171st. Notice I did not say Justin Verlander.
Yeah, how about that? No Justin Verlander there. You thought that signing Justin Verlander because they let go of DeGrom, that would be that, that would fill the slot. No, it's not looking like it. How you have Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander, Senga ain't bad. Senga's not a bad player. So I don't know. It has to be something with that coaching staff, or there's something toxic in the locker room that we don't know about.
Yeah, and like I said, they could maybe sniff a wild card if they get hot here, but I'm not predicting it, Max. These guys are going to fall short. They wasted a lot of money on this team.
Yes, they did. They wasted too much money, and I don't know what else to say. Money doesn't buy wins. How about that? Go Breezy. I think it's time. It's that time for this week's MLB's biggest beefcake. Okay. All right. So this week for MLB's biggest beefcake, we have, sticking with the New York Mets, by the way, Starling Marte.
Oh, no. Starling?
Yeah, Starling Marte.
Starling.
I know a lot of people forgot about this. Okay. He's playing for the Mets right now. He's having an okay season right now. Actually, he's batting 256 with only 5 home runs, 28 RBIs, 22 stolen bases is pretty damn good. A 649 OPS. You know, mediocre numbers. But back in April of 2017, he tested positive for steroids. He was playing for the Pittsburgh Pirates at the time. Okay, this is when the Pirates, I believe, were in 2013, 14, and 15. They made the playoffs. Okay, and then in 16, they thought they were going to make it again. They didn't, and then when it comes into this season, they're like, okay, we have our crew back. McCutcheon's back. We're ready to go. And then this guy goes and beefs it up with shoving some steroids in his ass. He took a steroid called nandrolone. It's not a modern steroid, everybody, just so we're clear. It was common back in 2003 because there were 73 positive tests in 2003 with this nandrolone steroid. Okay, it's an injectable steroid, obviously. Shove it right in your ass. And so Starling Marte, when he got caught with this, he was suspended immediately for 80 games. 80 games. Okay. So of course he was one of those players that claimed, "Oh, I didn't know what I was taking."
Always.
It's so. Can we ever have a guy that says, "Hey, I did it, and my bad, everybody"? Nope. It's always, "Oh, I had no idea." So quote unquote from Starling Marte, neglect and lack of knowledge have led me to this mistake, with high price to pay of being away from the field that I enjoy and love so much. With much embarrassment and helplessness, I ask for forgiveness for unintentionally. Okay. Yeah. Unintentionally disrespecting so many people who have trusted in my work and have supported me so much. I promise to learn the lesson that this ordeal has left me. Go Breezy. Starling Marte is 34 years old now. He's been nothing but mediocres ever since. You got anything else on this guy?
Yeah, I forgot about this. That was a fun Pittsburgh Pirates team, about a decade ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
It's too bad. It's too bad. Only one-time offender.
One-time offender, and he's had injuries ever since. I know he's been injured quite a few times.
Well, I wonder if he's using it for injury recovery purposes, like a lot of other guys say they have.
Who knows? Who knows? But hey, Starling Marte, you broke a lot of Pittsburgh Pirates' hearts, considering that you were on a team with Garrett Cole and Andrew McCutchen was an MVP. Garrett Cole is an All-Star and a Cy Young Award winner. He was on the Pirates at the time. Do you remember that? Yeah, you're a big beefcake, Starling Marte, and you let your team down and you let the Pittsburgh fans down. Get the needle out of your ass and stop being a beefcake.
Well put. Moving along here in the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast, we got our last topic of the day. So thank you for sticking around if you did. Yes. But the people have been talking, and damn it, Max, we've listened, and the people love Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
So we debuted our weekly segment last week, ShoTime with Shohei, and it's just a couple minutes every week. We gotta give the Shohei here.
Yes.
So right now this season, he's got 31 home runs at before the break. Sorry, we haven't even broken yet. 31 homers. That is 3 more than the next guy. 68 ribbies. That's one behind your guy Adolis Garcia for the lead. He's batting 300 while leading the league in slugging percentage, OPS, total bases, and triples. He's leading the league in homers and triples.
That's crazy.
That's his hitting stats on the mound this year right now. He's got a 3.32 ERA with 132 strikeouts in 100.1 innings while leading the league with 6 hits per 9 innings. He, like we already said, was selected as both a pitcher and a DH for the All-Star game. Max, quickly, thoughts on those stats?
Unbelievable. We're looking at a historic season that we're going to be talking about for the ages. We're going to be like, hey, you remember back in 2023 when Shohei Ohtani, how about this? This is a question, Cobreezy, real quick. Do you believe that potentially Shohei Ohtani can win the MVP and also the Cy Young Award, win both categories? It has happened, by the way. That has happened. Justin Verlander won MVP and Cy Young, if I'm not mistaken. We gotta look that one up. I thought when he was on Detroit, he did that. We'll have to look that up. But do you think that he can do that this year, being a batter and a dominating pitcher?
I do. His numbers seem like they're getting better, and we're going to talk about that a little more later. But he's healthy, and as long as he's healthy, Ohtani's balling.
Oh yeah.
Couple milestones here, Max. He hit his 30th homer last Friday. It traveled 493 feet. It is the longest hit ball by anyone this year and the longest hit ball of Ohtani's career. That was his 15th homer in June, which is a franchise record for a single month. Crazy. Max, Ohtani is the first player in 10 years to hit 30 homers before July 1st. And he's also the only player in Major League Baseball history to hit 10 homers and strike out 35 plus players in the same month.
Wow. Gosh, what else can we say about this guy? Going back to that home run that you said that was over 490 feet, where the hell did that ball land? I think a very lucky fan in the parking lot. That ball went through the windshield of a very lucky fan. And that windshield is, obviously going to cost him thousands of dollars, but hey, he has that 490-foot home run ball. Okay, so that's going to be pretty exciting. Yeah, that's totally worth it. Shohei is just, man, words do not describe what he is doing right now. Do you think, another question, do you think that he could potentially this season break the home run record, Barry Bonds' home run record? Do you think he can do this?
Barry Bonds?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Barry.
76 in a season. Was Barry 75? 76 home runs. Do you think he can do it?
No, because he's not juicing like Barry.
Good call on that.
Just looking at the American League record, Aaron Judge and his 62, right, last year? Aaron Judge had 62.
Yeah.
So just looking at that, comparing Ohtani's first 86 games this year to Judge's first 86 games last year, comparing those two, Ohtani has 1 more homer and 3 more ribbies than Judge did at the same time. So he's a little bit further along than Judge. Like we said, Ohtani's got 31 homers right now.
Mm-hmm.
He had 34 all of last season, and his career high is 46 in the MVP season before that.
He's beaten that. He's definitely beaten 46.
Is this guy getting better?
Oh, absolutely. This guy, I don't
guy's
know
getting better.
I don't know if this guy's in his prime yet. That he's so good. I don't even know we can say that he's in his prime, everybody. I think he's just getting to that spot. He's going to break his home run record of 46. I'm calling it right now on the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast. I think he's going to get 65 home runs this year. I'm calling 65.
Baby, 65.
I'm calling
New
65.
AL record. That'd be the American League record, Max.
I'm calling it.
Wow, that's ballsy. That's putting your ass behind that one. It's going to be talked about a lot. He's going to be chasing Judge.
Mm-hmm.
He's already on pace to do it. 31 before the break. We see that he was removed as a pitcher on Tuesday because of a blister. He said he's not going to pitch in the All-Star game, but he's still going to bat.
Oh, yeah.
Max, going forward, this guy's the MVP. I'd love to see him win the Cy Young along with it.
That'd be so awesome. Once again, a historic season, everybody. For all the Shohei Ohtani fans out there, which are a lot. Okay, a lot of Shohei Ohtani fans have been supporting us here on the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast. We want to thank everyone for subscribing and joining and leaving comments and letting us know how you feel about Shohei Ohtani. It's very exciting. As well as Japanese fans, people from Japan are actually coming out and expressing their joy for Shohei Ohtani. Thank you for coming out and supporting that. Shohei Ohtani, MVP. He's MVP. Let's see if he can get that Cy Young as well.
The people talked and we listened. ShoTime with Shohei is going to be a weekly segment here on the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast.
I love talking about him.
And Max, that's going to do it for this week. Damn it. We had a lot to talk about it and we went through pretty quick there. Appreciate all the time anybody spent listening, watching us. Appreciate the comments and the views and the likes. Let us know what you think. And can't wait to see everybody again next week. Max?
Yeah. No, thank you everybody for coming out. And hey, we are officially only 3 subscribers away from hitting 100. That was one of our main goals here as a podcast. We want to say, hey, let's get 100 first. How about that? We are 3 away. So if you have any relatives, any friends, any cousins, like if you're just saying like, hey, I'm listening to the sports podcast, maybe you can, we'd start talking about it. Like, I think that, please spread the word. We need 3 more. Hopefully we can get 3 more by next week to break 100. We appreciate everyone's support. Please like, comment, and subscribe on the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast. But there's one thing that you should do. I said your relatives. I said your cousins. But I didn't say your mama. I'll tell you that right now. I didn't say go ask your mama to go subscribe.
No.
Okay, well, don't ask her to subscribe to this because she might be unsubscribing you the next day. Okay, we don't want that. We're not going to 96 subscribers. Okay, we need to go up from 97. All right. So
I'd rather not hit 100 than have your mama subscribe. I'd rather not hit the milestone than have people's mamas on here because this is the Don't Tell Mama Sports podcast.
We don't want to break poor mama's heart. Okay, there was a lot of cuss words today. Too much.
Yeah, you got pretty worked up about my guy Jalen Rose. I think you need to calm down.
I'm sweating. He probably told his mama and cried about it too. He's probably, Mama, oh man, this